Good morning, you guys. How are you doing? Hey, look, check out my shirt. Do you know these guys? Do you know Real Life with Michelle and Rob? They're pretty awesome. Check them out. Anyways, so let me give you an update on the Aerogarden. We are going into the third week. Today's the Monday the 13th. So let me show you what's going on with that. Alright, so what we are looking at, week 3, right there, this is our Genovese basil. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, Genovese basil. And this is our Thai basil. And I think they look pretty darn good. So now what I want to show you is that flashing light means it's time to feed your plant. So really this thing automatically does the work for you. You don't have to think about things, you know. That's what's cool about this, you know. It's just like a crock pot. You set it and forget it. So I'm going to put in 2 capfuls of the liquid plant food, and that'll be it. And you will notice those plants, I have taken off the domes because obviously if those were in there they'd be smushed and they couldn't, you know. So I removed those, you know, before they got too big. But for 3 weeks they're certainly looking good. So let me dump the plant food in there real easy. So I've given this thing a couple of shakes. And you can see that, and you just dumping it in like that. And then one more, and that's it. Now the only thing I need to do now is wait for the pump. So the pump comes on, it runs for 5 minutes, shuts off for 25. That's the cycle. And let me tell you something, that thing is so quiet. I love it. You can barely hear it unless you just kind of like put your ear right up to it. So we're going to come back to this, and sorry about the phone. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm going to let the cycle turn on. When it does, it should be mixing that food, and we're going to see if that light goes out. And I'll let you know if it will do that, or if you actually have to push the button when you feed it. So we'll be back for that. Stay tuned. And sorry for the interruptions. Alright, my keto friends and non-keto friends. I'm sure you've heard of the Blendjet 2. It says Blendjet right there, but if you flip it up, right there is Blendjet 2. So this is a new toy. Again, Cold Cash. I love it. So we're going to try this out right now and see how it does. It's supposed to crush ice and blend whatever you want. I will say that it's great that there's no cords. You plug it in and charge it just like you would a cell phone. So we're going to try this out. I'm going to make just a simple oat milk for, let's see, sorry. The fat content is 3%, so, and 3.5 total fat. So we're going to use the oat milk, some cashews for your protein and more fat, and for a carb, I'm going to use the romaine lettuce. And hang on one second. I'm thinking, I'm not sure if oat milk is an accepted keto milk, but you could use almond milk or soy milk. But we're going to try it with the oat milk. And if you want to try it with whatever milk, regular milk, you could do that too. But the point is the Blendjet 2. We're going to see how it measures up. Let's do this. So the Blendjet is already charged. You can fill it to 14 ounces. And let's just go with a little, we'll do like 8 ounces here. And we'll throw some nuts in here. I'm just throwing stuff in here, not really measuring it. We just want to see how this thing does. Okay. This is romaine lettuce. It's not mine. Why? Because my rabbit ate all my greens already. But what are you supposed to do? I have to plant more next time. That's what I have to do. So, alright. Put the top on. Are we ready? Are we ready? Does this thing really do what it claims? Just shake that up a little bit. Alright. Once you push the button, the Blendjet is going to spin until it is finished, and it will turn off automatically on its own. It looks pretty smooth. I will give you that. This is not a sweet drink. This is just a savory greens, cashews, and the oat milk. Oh my gosh. That is really good. With a regular blender, for those cashews, I would have had to soak for 30-45 minutes. This is really smooth. My keto friends, traditional friends that like smoothies, this thing is awesome. I love it. The Blendjet too. Yeah, it works. I love it. So, let's move on to something else. So, we are going to have a little garden chat show, whatever you'll call it. But first, let me show you. I don't know if I showed this before, but this was my ship, the USS Arctic AOE. Sorry about the noise. I can't help it. All kinds of stuff. Beautiful day. Operations Specialist Mikey. That was the nickname. They called me Mikey. But anyways, but the cool thing is, I can still fit into it and button it up. I can still wear it. And I got out of the Navy over 20 years ago, so yay! Alright, let's go look at some garden stuff. Oh, and if my hat is crooked, Jules, just tilt your head and it'll look just fine. Okay? So if you are familiar with my channel, many of you know, you see those pink boxes. Those were my pepper beds over the summer. And those boxes were, wait for it, over there. I have moved them, cleared out this entire section, just because it was driving me crazy and I wanted more space. So now the concrete is all open. There's my greenhouse, which coming soon, we're going to be setting that up for some things. So let's go back over here. If I'm moving too fast, I'm sorry. If I'm moving too slow, I'm sorry. But thank you for being here and watching. So I'm just setting up for come summer. That's an experiment. We'll come back to that later. That's Herbert. So I've just got my pots ready. I don't have mulch or anything over them. I didn't put mulch over them last winter either. And my growing food did okay. That's what's left of those. Those are some garden lights there. And those are going to have marigolds. They'll have marigolds. But these are just some of my pots I've organized. Behind there is the grapevine. So I have a lot of pots, as you can see. My pepper beds are ready for next summer. They've been amended. They've got the nutrients in it, the fertilizer, the whole shebang. They are ready. This here are my will be Romas next year. I just can't get over how beautiful it is out. I mean, it's chilly, but it's just, the air is, just feels so good. I absolutely love it. And again, I'm sorry for the noise. It's like when you pick to do a video outside, that's when people tend to get to working, right? So anyways, let's move on. Over here, these are my collards, a couple of them. They are doing really, really good. My hairy mustache is what I like to call it, my onions. And we have some more, these are cabbage right here. It's a cabbage. We've got a little bit of, you know, damage here, but I think they're going to be okay. Now let's swivel over to here. More cabbage. Lots of cabbage. So that is what I have going on back here. Now we're going to look here. These are my snow peas. There are blooms on them. This one's getting up there, those little pods. They're looking good. I really just planted those for the nitrogen. There's another one here. This one didn't want to seem to grow up the vine. That is some oregano that I can still do something with it. I just haven't gotten to it. And this is my mesclun mix, which I have not introduced this one to the rabbit yet. I've just been eating this one myself. I'm not going to show you my garlic beds because that's a whole separate thing. We're experimenting with that too. So that'll come sometime later. Spring, have you. So that is what I have growing right now. Not a whole lot, just the collards, the cabbage, onions, and we'll see if those greens pop up in the beds up here, the brassica, like the lettuce and stuff. They worked for me last year. I grew them through the winter, over winter, whatever you want to call it, and they did just fine. So that is what's going on in my garden right now. Just rearranging, putting the beds where I want them. My tomato area back there behind me, you see that circle right there? Behind it is the tomato bed. That is still going to be my tomato bed. It's just not going to be as crazy. They'll just be a little bit less. So, okay, these are collards that I planted this year. These are just some flowers, and it looks like something has been digging in my flowers. That's a hole. I want to show you one more thing before I go. Actually, I don't want to show you. I'm going to tell you. The Aerogarden, you see the basils on it, but also the dill and the mint have sprouted, but it's very hard to see down in those little pods. The parsley, the parsley and the thyme, I don't see the seedlings yet, but it's, like I said, it's very hard to see way down in those pods, and it's the light's so bright. And also, once you feed, you saw the red flashing lead, which means feed. You just push the button, reset it, and then it will go off again when it's time to feed them. So that is it for today. Thank you, my friends, my keto friends, my regular friends, all my friends. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope that everyone's having a great day. Until next time, I hope today's good to you. Oh, and one more thing. I just want to say thank you to everyone that has come to my very first premiere, which was, you know, a couple Wednesdays back. I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. I really do appreciate it. I was really surprised at how many people came. And last week with the Christmas in Spencer, I just want to say thank you. I love that you guys came to the premiere. And coming up next at 7 is the Lala Farm with MB Heritage Farm. So, I'm really going now. Bye. Happy Wednesday.